think we're live. Oh, Kat, hi. Waving to you. Oh my gosh, I'm a little bit out of breath because I just had a dance party, which I videoed and I might post later or not because I get really weird when I dance. Also feeling a little nervous because, I just have a big share and it feels a little bit like a little bit of a coming out party. My husband and I were joking the last couple of days as I was trying to figure out how to announce this, that like it feels a lot like a coming out party. In a way, it's about my business, but I was trying to figure out how I wanted to share this and was like, do I write a newsletter? Do I make a Facebook post? Do I go door to door? And then I realized that probably Instagram makes the most sense because Instagram is where I tend to be the most. I also feel like it's where a lot of us are these days because, I don't know, is anybody on Facebook anymore? I feel like Facebook for Facebook groups maybe, but shout out to anybody who's on LinkedIn still. I try to show up there occasionally and be like, hello, professional people. But so the thing I want to share today is about the fact that I feel like my mission in the world is evolving and it is turning into kind of we're entering a new chapter. We, I think collectively, are entering a lot of new chapters right now. At least I think we are. And I want to do my part, and I want to do my part as best I can in whatever way I believe can be most impactful. And hey, Chris. Gotta love it when your partner is in the other room and hops on alive and is being very supportive. Speaking of supportive partners, let me just shout him out because this, I would say, feels like it's been a bit of an identity shift. That's been a long time coming. I've had a lot of false starts where I've been like getting ready to do this. And that has happened a lot, but every time I've kind of backed away because I've gotten scared, and this is the first time I'm actually like, no, fuck it, let's go all in. And my lovely husband has been there every step of the way. So supportive. Poor guy. He's watched me go through many a breakdown before a breakthrough. And then here we are finally at this place, and he's been instrumental in that. So much love, and thank you to Chris for all of his support, who, by the way, is also a coach now. He's a health coach and a very good one, and just an incredible coach in general. So he's really helped me through all of these kind of evolutions of how I'm expressing myself in the world and what is happening next for my business. So the way, I'll just kind of tell you what it is, and I'll give you a little backstory and then what's next. So what it is that after 10 years of being in the coaching industry, 10 years of being a general life coach, like straight up general life coach, no niche, no specialty, I'm finally niching down, like finally. So for anyone who's familiar with the coaching industry or even just small businesses in general, like any sort of online business, the general wisdom is that it's really helpful to have a niche. It's really helpful to have a specific ideal client that you're targeting, et cetera, et cetera. There's lots of good reasons for this. There are exceptions. There are plenty of people who do really well and have a great impact without specializing. It's definitely the harder path, and it's not necessarily one that I would recommend, but I look back on my last 10 years as a life coach with just so much gratitude and oh my God, like just have learned so much and have absolutely loved it. This work for me was really taking my biggest passion, which is all things personal development, and doing it as my work. So the fact that I got to guide humans through their own journey of transformation from the inside out and becoming, their best selves and living their best lives in all sorts of different ways. One of the most rewarding things I've been a part of, and I've loved every second of it. And it's time for the next chapter. So what I've realized is in 10 years of doing this and coaching, I think I have a couple thousand hours of coaching under my belt now with several hundred clients, and kind of across all demographics, have worked with people of all ages, have worked with people of all genders, have worked with people across all different work or career paths, a lot of professionals, some entrepreneurs, some creatives, some folks who are stay-at-home parents, college students, people who are retired, like really have kind of touched, I would say, have gotten to little glimpses into the lives of a lot of different types of people. I'm grateful to each and every one of them. If you're one of my past clients and you're watching this now or on the replay, like, thank you, thank you, thank you. And over this time, while I've been honoring this passion of personal development and doing the work that I love, I've also come to recognize that I have another big passion that's pretty close to almost tied with my passion for personal development. And that's my passion for entrepreneurship. Like, I was thinking about it the other day. I'm like, literally, what have I studied the most for the last 10 years? And it's business. Other than, I mean, I will always study personal development. Me and my self-help books. I'm like, let me listen to Abraham Hicks for the 27th time. We'll always love all that stuff. That'll be till the end of time, but I am realizing that I need to honor this other passion of entrepreneurship too. And I used to think it was just me, like I'm doing that just for myself. I of course want to grow my business and scale and be successful and help more people. But now I've realized that I don't want to just do personal development empowerment with clients. I want to also do business with clients. I've been sort of like low-key doing it for many years. A lot of my clients have been entrepreneurs, some coaches, some creatives, authors, podcasters. One of my former clients just started a flower arranging business. So I have dipped my toe in that world, but I've always done it kind of quietly. And a lot of what was holding me back, honestly, was I was just way too scared to claim it. Every time I got close to being like, I'm a business coach or I work with entrepreneurs, my ego would like show right up, all my limiting beliefs would come up and all my fears would come up, and I would be like, just kidding, I'm out. Like run away before I could ever really claim it, which is a really cool part of a process of facing your fears. And I don't know if you've heard the phrase, like I'm going to butcher it, but it's something like, your greatest aliveness or your greatest success lies on the other side of your fear, or your biggest fear. Anyway, something like that. And this is one of the biggest fears that I've consistently had, is like, I really want to do this, but I'm too scared. And I would go into all sorts of comparison, and there's so many amazing business coaches out there, and I look at them and I'm like, oh my God, they're so far ahead of me. How could I possibly do this? And so I've had the opportunity to work through lots of that, which has been amazing. I always say that, or often say that entrepreneurship is one of the most intense personal development journeys you could possibly sign up for. And that's part of why I want to shift into supporting entrepreneurs now more too, because when you start your own business, especially, and I probably won't support people who are, starting their own like brick and mortar or something that's a little bit more traditional. My expertise or my experience is in the online world, mostly in the coaching world, mostly in the service provider type world. So that's what I would be focusing on. That's what I will be focusing on. I'm just noticing my language there. And so much of what goes into building a business and really like birthing something that is an expression of who you are, which is so fucking personal. It's so vulnerable. It's one thing you're like, I sell plastic widgets. Would you like to buy one? It's very different to be like, I'm selling this thing that is literally me. I am the brand. I am the service. It's my heart, my soul, my skills, my passions, whatever it is that I'm selling to you. So that is such a vulnerable experience. And yes, there's strategy, there's marketing techniques and copywriting and different tactics you can use, and all of those are important and very valuable, but so much of the journey it's what's beneath that. Like, you can have the most amazing strategies, but if your mindset is wobbly every day, or if you've got a lot of, let's say, trauma trapped in your body and you're not looking at that, or there's so many different ways where we are going to continue to self-sabotage and get in our own way if we aren't willing to do the inner work involved with starting a business, growing a business, scaling a business, whatever it is you're trying to do. And that's what I love supporting people with. So going from general life coaching for all the people is what I've been doing. And I'm starting to focus more in on not just the empowerment piece, but the empowerment piece and the business piece. realizing that while I've worked with all these amazing humans, so much of my own journey has been as a woman entrepreneur. So also wanting to support women entrepreneurs specifically, and also realizing I really want to support coaches, because that's my journey too. And that's the one that I know the best. It's the one I'm sort of most qualified and I have the most intense lived experience of what it's like to create a coaching business, grow a coaching business, put yourself out in the world vulnerably, try to get visible, and serve people from a place that is really mission driven and impact driven, and hopefully aligned with your purpose in the world and your passions. And I freaking love it. So what else do I want to say about this? And thank you for the comments in here. My ask, I think, is I will take any and all just support and encouragement, because it's funny how this feels. It feels so kind of scary and vulnerable, but it also feels so right. My other ask is to think of me when you see someone who is starting a business or growing a business and wants to get to the next level, and they want the empowerment around it and the support, but also the business support around it. What was I just going to say? One of my kind of big underlying passions underneath all this too is the financial empowerment piece. This was, on the one hand, it's super obvious because I've been studying money mindset stuff like pretty intensely for the last 10 years, but more so the last 5 years, it's been my biggest part of my journey. So it's where I've had to do the most work to get through my own limiting beliefs and old scarcity things there. But Chris and I were taking a walk the other day, and he was basically coaching me, and I ended up more or less sobbing on the floor and being like, I just want to help more women feel empowered around money and to heal their money stuff, and especially women entrepreneurs and especially women coaches, and was just like sobbing and barely keeping it together. And that's when it struck me that for so many of us, that's where a lot of the shit in the way is. We're so scared of what's that be? We're so scared of opting out of the mainstream system. We're so scared of not doing the 9-to-5 or not doing what everybody else does, or because when you take the path as an entrepreneur, especially as a coach, this is a booming industry and it's growing quickly, but a significant portion of the world still has no idea what coaching is. And if you're like, yeah, hey, I'm going to go start this coaching business, it's very likely that some of your family and friends, if not all of them, are going to be like, what the actual fuck are you doing? That's not a real job. Go get a stable job, go get, do the security thing and plan for retirement and all that stuff. And not that you can't be secure and plan for retirement. There's so much you can do to be really responsible and smart. And this path takes a shitload of courage, and it is a risk, it's not the conventional path. And I think a lot of us who choose this path we're the nonconformists, we're the rebels, I would like to think that we are the visionaries and thought leaders, at least in this space, who are willing to do things really differently. And I want to do my part in supporting women entrepreneurs, especially to rise up and to work through so much of our shit, and to, I just think when women form community and sisterhood and support each other, there's so much in our culture around women competing and tearing each other down, right? And talking shit behind each other's backs, and even just the comparison. You go to Instagram and compare yourself to anybody who you look up to, or even a peer or whoever else, and we're so conditioned to compare beauty and success, and this person's is married and has a baby and I don't, therefore I suck, or this person's making twice as much money as I am, or whatever it is. And I'm like, we have so much healing to do around that. So I really want to be a part of bringing women together, rising up. And I think that what's the quote? Like, a rising tide lifts all ships. I think we have a lot of healing to do. And when we start doing that, the more we do it together, it is powerful as fuck. And I think that's what I'm going to say about that. So thank you for listening. Thank you for your support. For those of you who have been part of my journey one way or another, friend, colleague, client, somebody who's sent referrals, emotional support creature, dance buddy, workout buddy. Thank you all for the ways that you've supported me the last 10 years. And thank you for helping me through this transition. I'm really excited, and I think that I think we're at a really important time in the world right now, in history, and especially as women, I think we're at like a tipping point in our collective consciousness, or at least I would like to believe that, and I want to do as much as I can to help usher that along. And I think we need more women who are empowered around money, who are empowered around their businesses, who are supporting each other, and also having a fun time doing it. I'm not going to be someone who's helping people grow businesses, doing the kind of bro marketing hustle culture thing that many of us have been conditioned to think is the only way to success, especially as an entrepreneur. The way I want to support people in doing it is with a shitload of pleasure. And we're back. I have my phone set to limit my amount of time on Instagram, but it just told me I was done for the day. So I was like, wait. What was I just saying? I totally lost my train of thought. I'm going to see if it comes back. Does anybody know what I was just saying? Anyway. Thank you for your support. I think is where I was going with that. And yeah, I think I was just talking about being empowered around. Anyway, I totally lost my train of thought. So we're going to wrap it up here. If you are someone who is starting a business or women's empowerment, thank you for that. I think I was just saying that we've got a lot of work to do, and the more women who are empowered around money and around businesses, and the more we support each other, like the better for the world. Let's just put it that way. So now I'm just rambling because I'm excited, but thank you. I am excited to, be a part of the solution, and I welcome your conversation and your comments, and I look forward to supporting lots of women as we get our collective shit together and go have an impact in the world. So